So, starting this series, it's day 12 of reading every single day. Uh, I mean, it's like every other day or something now. But I didn't think that a lot of people would find this. And I've had two people kind of make fun of me for creating this series. I just think that I need to double down on it. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to give up. But really was disappointing to see some of those people make fun of me in the ways that they did. And some of them I haven't even talked to in 2-3 months. And then this was like the first thing that they brought up was I don't know. All I had was support for that person. I never talked down on their name, and I won't talk down on their name. But we're here for the reading, and I just wanted to cover that because that recently came up, and that was on my mind for the past 2 days. So let's get into it. The free goodwill. He who said money can't buy happiness hasn't got enough. Unknown. People who help others with zero expectation experience higher levels of fulfillment, live longer, and make more money. I'd like to help the opportunity to deliver this value to you during your reading or listening experience. In order to do so, I have a simple question for you. Would you help someone you've never met if it didn't cost you money, but you never got credit for it? If so, I have an ask to make on behalf of someone you do not know, and likely never will. They are just like you, or like you. They are just like you, or like you were a few years ago, less experienced, full of desire to help the world, seeking information but unsure where to look. This is where you come in. The only way for us at blank.com to accomplish our mission of helping entrepreneurs is first by reaching them. And most people do, in fact, judge a book by its cover and its reviews. If you have found this book valuable thus far, would you please take a brief moment right now and leave an honest review of the book and its contents? It will cost you $0 and less than 60 seconds. Your review will help one more entrepreneur support his or her family, one more employee find work they might find meaningful, and one more client experience a transformation they otherwise would never have encountered. One more life change for the better. To make that happen, all you have to do is take 60 seconds to write a review. Now they're going to talk about writing a review. If you're on Audible, hit the 3 dots, take the review. P.S. So, basically it just wants to write a review of the book. Sure. I'll go through and write a review of the book. Value offer, the thought process. If at first you don't succeed, try and try and try again. I want to do an exercise with you right now. I want to show you the difference between convergent and divergent problem solving. Why? So that you can actually create the Grand Slam offer. That will become the cornerstone of your business. Convergent and divergent thinking. In simple terms, convergent problem solving is where you take lots of variables, all known, with unchanging conditions and coverage on a singular answer. Think math. Example, you have 3 salespeople who can take 100 calls per month each. It takes 4 calls to create 1 sale, including no-shows. You need to get 110 sales. How many people must you hire? How many people must you hire? Yeah. Deducted information. One salesperson equals 100 calls. 4 calls equals 1 close. 100 calls divided by 4 calls per close equals 25 closes per 100 calls. 25 closes per rep. Goal, 110 sales total. 25 sales per rep equals 4.4. Since you can't hire 4.4 reps, you decide you must have 5. Answer. And since you have 3, you hire 2 more. Math problem. Math problems are convergent. There are lots of variables in a single answer. We are taught all of our lives in school to think this way. This is because it's easy to grade. But life will pay you for your ability to solve problems using a divergent thought process. In other words, think of many solutions to a single problem. Not only that, convergent answers are binary. They are either right or they are wrong. With divergent thinking, you can have multiple right answers and one answer that is way more right than the other. Cool, right? Here's what life presents us for divergent thinking: multiple variables, known and unknown dynamic conditions, multiple answers. As such, I want to do an exercise with you that will engage the part of your brain that you will need to use in order to make something magical. I call it the brick exercise. Don't worry, it will take 120 seconds. The brick exercise. Right now, I want you to set a timer on your phone for 120 seconds. What you need to do is think of a brick. Write down the different uses of a brick. As many as you possibly can think of. How many different ways you could use a brick in life to provide value. Okay. Well, just real quick, I'm not going to set a timer. But how I could use a brick is, 1, build a house. 1, you could build a patio. I've seen people eat bricks before, which is kind of crazy. You can build apartment complexes. You can build, I'm going to just say, living spaces. You could probably build water fountains out of bricks, some which way. I mean, it's a set structure type of deal. Warehouses are built out of bricks. It's more of a structure thing more than like a use. Like, it has a use, but things are added on top of it to make a place more valuable, if that makes sense. That's all I could think of. Alright, stop. Now, before I show you my list, did you consider following how big the brick is? A tab of gum, 3 by 5/8 times 2 1/4 times 8, standard 2 feet by 2 feet by 6 feet. What is the brick made of? Plastic, gold, clay, wood, metal. How is the brick shaped? Does it have holes in it? Does it have divots for interlocking? Now, as you think about that, you can think of even more uses of the brick than you probably wrote down. Yeah, that's true. Here's my list: paperweight, doorstop, building things, home for a fish in a fishbowl, plant holder with dirt in the holes. Oh, I didn't think of that. As a trophy, painted brick. Rustic decoration, to break a window, make a mural, a weight for resistance training, a wedge under uneven platforms, pen holder, children's toy, Lego brick, flotation device, payment for goods, gold brick. Ah, I see. Okay. That makes more sense. flotation device, plastic brick, payment for goods, stabilizer for leaning something against, retainer of value, gold brick, holder for flagpole, hold brick, a seat, a jumbo brick. Every offer has building blocks, the pieces that when combined make an offer irresistible. Our goal is to use a divergent thought process to think of as many easy ways to combine these elements. As much as of easy ways to combine these elements to provide value. So if I were to sell a brick, I would find out what my customer's desires was, and then devise how many ways I could create value with my brick. Now let's do it for real. What time are we at? 5:56. I'm gonna call it there. There goes that. I am off to work soon, so next section starting shortly.